Hey, what is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be ranking NBA duos in the 2020-2021 NBA season. And this goes based on the fact before any trades happen, like James Harden is with John Wall, LaMelo is with Gordon Hayward. Let's see who we have here. The Nets have Durant and Kyrie instead of Durant and James Harden, or Kyrie and James Harden, whatever you guys think. Or Durant and Kyrie could still be a duo. But this is before the trades happened. This is just before the NBA 2020-2021 season started. So without further ado, I'm just going to say that at the end, please remember to like the video if you enjoyed and if you want to support my channel. And if you haven't done anything like subscribing or liked any of my videos, then consider subscribing, because I upload at least 3 to 4 times a week. And they're NBA related videos, all of them. And yeah, so let's get straight into it. Starting off here, we have Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons. By the way, the S tier is the greatest tier. A is the next better one. The B is the next one. C is the next one. And D is the worst tier. So obviously, Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid are performing fantastic this season. And it's just hard to put them at an S tier, but they're leading the Philadelphia 76ers to the best record in the East. So we'll start off with this S tier, yes. Even though Joel Embiid is injured now, I'm not going to get that into account because obviously we don't know how he would have played without the injury. But as of now, the Philadelphia 76ers are the best team in the Eastern Conference, and Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons are playing fantastic. Joel's an MVP candidate. That's why they're at the S tier. CJ McCullum, this is a similar duo. CJ McCullum is injured, but Dame is playing fantastic like an MVP. And they're carrying the Blazers. Well, not they, but Damian is carrying the Blazers to the 5th seed in the Western Conference. CJ is back now. At the time I'm recording the video, he's back and healthy. And the Blazers are looking super scary right now. And I don't think any team would want to meet them in the playoffs. Dame is averaging 30 points with 8 assists and 6 rebounds. McCullum was averaging 26 points before his injury, and they're both great offensive talents, so I'm going to rank them as an A list. Next, we have Chris Middleton and Giannis. Giannis, another player averaging around 30 points a game. He's leading the Bucks to top seed, and we have Chris Middleton, who's on the verge of 50, 40, 90 this season, and his efficiency is outstanding, helping the Bucks score a lot of points. 20 to 25 points a night is what Chris Middleton can give you with decent defense on perimeter players. Giannis of another Defensive Player of the Year candidate, so this is another A team. Wow, so many good teams so far. But I wouldn't have them as the S team this year because they're underachieving as a team and as a duo, but they're still, good enough to be A. Next, we have Zach Levine, first-time All-Star this season, and Lauri Markkanen, who was projected to be a star when he, shines and grows in Chicago, but this season he's doing decently. He's playing decent, but not as a star. He's averaging around 20 points. He's getting like 4 assists and 4 rebounds a game, which is decent, but again, not star-level performance. The Bulls are in the playoffs as of now with their standings, but Zach Levine is the main factor here. He's a first-time All-Star. We can't make them a D team because of Zach Levine. I'm being like talking about the upside here. Their defense, both of them, is horrible, but offensively this team is pretty good. So I'll have them as a C team, but because of their lack of defense. Next, we have 2 players that are basically just missed this whole season because the Cavs want to trade Andre Drummond and Kevin Love's injured, and this is Cavs are the worst team. I don't even know what to say here. Cavs are the worst team, one of the worst teams in the NBA, and they've been like that since LeBron left, and Kevin Love barely played a game. Andre Drummond is about to get traded, so yeah, it's a D. Next, we have JT, Jason Tatum, and JB. So both of these were All-Stars this season. Jaylen Brown for the first time being an All-Star, Jason Tatum for the third time, sorry. And they started off good individually, but as a team, the Celtics have been inconsistent. But this takes into account individual performance as well as team performance. That's why this team is definitely not going to be a S tier. Now coming to the A tier, This is more reasonable for the Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown duo because they're both excellent scorers. Jaylen Brown being a good defender, more than good defender. Jason Tatum being decent defender as well. Celtics are still a playoff team. Again, inconsistent, but playoff team is a playoff team. That's why they're the A tier, both averaging 27 points a game. Kawhi Leonard and Paul George leading the Clippers to a top 3 seed in the Western Conference. Paul George is back? Is he? It's confusing because he was never gone. People just hated him in the playoffs because he was trash. But he was never gone. So you can't say he's back. But he's performing good this season. Only if he didn't have Kawhi, he could have been an MVP candidate. But who knows if he would still help the Clippers win this many games. Kawhi, again, defensive monster, offensive monster, robot. You know what it is. They're a S team. Because that's just how good they are. Just ignore that. They're both great defenders and great offensive players. Now we have Jaren Jackson Jr. and Jamal Murray. So, Jaren Jackson has barely played any games, I think, this season because of injury. And Jamal Murray is helping the Memphis Grizzlies to a playoff spot as of now. So, duo-wise, I can't really talk, but one of the players in this duo is carrying his team to the playoffs, and one is injured. So you can't really, it's hard to rank them as a duo, but as just one player carrying a team, I'd rank Jamal Murray in the B tier as of now, because he has some upside, but he has some downside as well. Like his passing ability, it's good, but he doesn't always find the open man, and some of his shots are bad shots, in the words of Paul George. And you only know that if you watch the games, because I'm a huge Jamal man, and I watch lots of his games, and I think I've watched almost every Memphis game this season, because he's so athletic, he's so fun to watch, like Steph Curry. He plays around, he has fun, he can shoot from deep, his highlight dunks are like Zion. But yeah, that's why I have them as a B team, because Jaren Jackson has barely played, and Jamal has downside as well as upside. Almost every player has that, but he has lots of downside as well. Trae Young and John Collins, after a horrible start for the duo and for the team, Trae Young is back to averaging 25 to 28 points a game. John Collins is doing John Collins stuff by doing poster dunks and being in the top 10 play almost every day. And this guy, I want to laugh at his face. Like, his face is so funny in this photo. Whatever, back to the topic. So some of the people are probably not going to agree with me that this is going to be an A team, but yeah, this is an A team because the Hawks are now the top 4 team in the Eastern Conference after their bad start. They've won 8 straight games after their new head coach, I forgot his name, but they got a new head coach. They've started to win 8 games in a row, and Trae Young is performing good. He was an All-Star because the way he plays, he draws too many fouls like James Harden. And remember the time when people used to hate James Harden? That's what's happening to Trae Young right now. And people don't like his playoff style. John Collins wants out of Atlanta, and Atlanta doesn't want him either. But this is not a trade video. This is just how they're performing now. So I have them as an A team. Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo. I made a video on Jimmy Butler already. This guy's a freaking MVP candidate. And if Bam Adebayo is with him, this whole duo is an all-star, but none of them made the all-star team. Nor did Jimmy Butler, nor did Bam Adebayo. They didn't even make the all-star team, man. And this is what, I hate the most. Nobody voted for them. Miami Heat fans, come on, man. Even I voted for Jimmy Butler and Bam. You guys can. I'm not a Miami fan, by the way, but they needed to be an all-star this season. Come on, you guys. But yeah, Butler's averaging 22 points. Bam's averaging 20 points. Bam's a monster on the defense. Butler's another monster on defense. He plays defense without fouling, which is the most important thing. And offensive, they're both monsters and beasts. So they're definitely an A team. And after the Heat's inconsistent start, they're back to being the Heat they were. They're not a fluke. They're a championship team. They're a championship caliber team. They can make a championship run this year. And I think they're the one team that have a chance to beat the Nets, along with the Milwaukee Bucks. Now moving on to Charlotte Hornets, the most fun team to watch in the NBA right now. Because of who? Because of this guy, LaMelo Ball. The son of Lonzo Ball. Oh my god. I meant the son of LeVar Ball, not... He's not the son of Lonzo Ball. Sorry, young fans, if you didn't know, but he's not the son of Lonzo Ball. He's the brother of Lonzo Ball. He's the son of LeVar Ball. But yeah, Hornets are a decent playoff team. LaMelo Ball has a chance of being Rookie of the Year. Has a huge chance of being Rookie of the Year. Gordon Hayward's back to his self that he was pre-injury, just a little less. He's less athletic, obviously. He's not scoring as many points. Not an all-star either, but he could have been an all-star. He had decent numbers, but the Hornets are overall a decent team, so I have them being at a C tier. But definitely, LaMelo Ball is the face of the NBA, upcoming face of the NBA. Now we have the duo for the best team in the league, the Utah Jazz. We have Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert. So, the dude that started Corona in the NBA, Rudy Gobert, is putting up another defensive player of the year season, and defensively, he's outstanding. Donovan Mitchell, offensively, he's outstanding. So offense plus defense, deadly combination. Where Donovan Mitchell is averaging 25 points a game, this is a S tier. And again, I said this goes into individual performance and team performance. So that's why they're S tier. They're the best team in the NBA. So that's why the top two players on that team have to be an S tier. Sacramento Kings. The team that has missed the playoffs for a while now. And they should make playoffs. Not this year especially, but they need to make the playoffs. It's been a long time seeing the Sacramento Kings in the playoffs. De'Aaron Fox is a superstar. But he's not. He has the fame of a superstar. He has the abilities of a superstar. His speed is amazing. He can score points. He can be quick on the offensive court and get anywhere he wants. He can shoot threes. Same with Buddy Beal. He's a fantastic three-point shooter. But the Sacramento Kings just can't win games. I don't know what this is, but they're losing so many close games. They're getting blown out by 25 sometimes by easy teams like the New York Knicks. Well, shout out to New York, man. They're upcoming. They're the next team. But New York's pretty good. And first of all, before I do Sacramento, the New York Knicks is showing RJ Barrett and Mitchell Robinson. Yeah, that's not Mitchell, buddy. It's RJ and Julius Randle, who's the first-time All-Star this season. Bro, no one expected Julius Randle to be balling. So, back to Sacramento. They're just underperforming every single year. That's why I have them as a C tier. Simple. Now the New York Knicks just take Mitchell Robinson out of that picture and basically think that's Julius Randle, who's gotten like 5 inches taller, and he's shaking hands with RJ Barrett, leaning over on him. I don't know what that picture is, but okay. So yeah, the New York Knicks are definitely going to be a playoff team this year if they continue to play so well like this under Tom Thibodeau's defensive mindset game. That's why I have them as a B tier, because Julius is an all-star. RJ Barrett is averaging like 18 points, and he's scoring very well. Same with Julius Randle. Their defense is another call. Just ignore calls, please. It's not my fault. There's people calling me in the middle of video recording. That's why I should record on a computer, but I don't have a computer. Next, we have LeBron James and Anthony Davis. Nothing to say here. We have the King, and we have a defensive player of the candidate. So offense plus defense plus defense plus offense, because they both have both. And that's recipe for S tier. Nikola Vucevic, Evan Fournier. Magic is bad. Vucevic might be traded. Fournier is just shooting threes and making most of them. Excellent shooter, averaging like 14 points a game. Vucevic averaging 21 points. Individually, both are doing well. Team-wise, it's horrible. Super simple to put them as a C team. Luka and Kristaps. Kristaps looks like he's probably going to get traded because he's on like trade talks, but he's playing well, even though, like, I don't know why he's getting traded. Oh, yeah, because defensively, his presence, yes, that's why the Mavs don't really like him. His presence defensively is a negative, and when he's on the court, their defense is worse than when he's off the court. But offensively, he makes up for that, as well as Luka. Luka's an offensive beast. Shout out to Luka, man. Another upcoming face of the NBA. and his magic is just not enough for the Unicorn to stay. So that's why they lost some games in the beginning of the season, but now they're back on track. Now they're the 7th seed in the NBA, Western Conference, not in the whole NBA. But I have them as a B team, duo-wise, but team-wise, it's decent. Brooklyn Nets, I'll just keep Kyrie there, but it's a debate between Kyrie and Harden. Or you can make a debate that Durant shouldn't be there because he's been injured this whole season, but I'm just going to keep Durant and keep Kyrie because let's keep it all simple. I don't want to waste like 15 minutes of your time just debating who it should be. But nothing to say. Durant's averaging 28 points. He's missed a lot of games. Kyrie's averaging 29 points. He's missed a few games due to, well, we know what he missed due to. He was, partying out there with rappers and Drake and all that. But yeah, the Nets duo is fantastic. Here, yes. Jamal Murray, Nikola Jokic. Nikola Jokic is an MVP candidate. Jamal Murray is a bust. And yeah, I'm just going super hard on Jamal Murray. Going so harsh on him. I don't care, but this guy was picked in the lottery, top 14. And we expected him to break out this season after his bubble performance. But his bubble performance was like TJ Warren. Just a performance for like 1 month. And then the next season, you're back to like who you were a few seasons ago. But duo-wise, they're not as well. But individually, Jokic is carrying the Nuggets. So that's why they're still in A tier. Domantas Sabonis and Malcolm Brogdon. So Domantas is putting up a good season. Malcolm Brogdon is also putting up a good season. And they're both all-star caliber players, and Domantas Sabonis was an all-star this season. But I just don't think of this duo winning lots of games, and I don't think of them performing well in the playoffs. That's why I'm just going to put them as a B team. Next, we have another exciting team in Brandon Ingram and Zion. And this is so exciting that I've watched every single Pelicans game, and Zion could be an MVP upcoming MVP. Definitely not this season because the Pelicans as a team are not good, but this duo is so fun to watch, man. So because of the team effort, because of their team standings, I'm just going to keep them as a B team. But, well, it's tough between B and C, but yeah, I'll keep them as a C team, but they're so fun to watch as a duo, though. Derrick Rose isn't even on the Pistons. Blake Griffin isn't even on the Pistons, so I don't really know what to do with the duo. Even if they still were there, they were the worst team, so I'm just going to keep them at a D. Just ignore the Pistons. Sorry, Piston fans. I don't even know if there's any Piston fans in this world right now. If you're a Piston fan watching my video, just comment down like that you're a Piston fan. And I'm expecting 0 comments, okay? If any Piston fan watches my video, then I don't care. No, I don't care. It's probably just one person. Raptors started horribly. Now they're still bad, losing games, but not as bad. Siakam is definitely not an all-star. I don't know why he became all-star last season. Well, last season he was performing well, but this season he's not an all-star type of player. Kyle Lowry, 36-year-old, he's laughing literally all the time. Any picture you'll see Kyle Lowry's laughing. And yeah, due to their team's lack of success, they're just a plain old C team. Houston Rockets. Harden isn't even there, so first of all, that's the tough part. John Wall's back from his Achilles injury, but he's not performing as well. The Rockets have lost 18 straight games. Right there, D team. Spurs are a top team in the Western Conference somehow, and they're somehow winning games under Greg Popovich. That's why I think Greg Popovich has a chance to be Coach of the Year. I don't know why no one's talking about that, as well as Quinn Snyder of the Utah Jazz. But duo-wise, Aldridge is old. He's not performing well. DeMar DeRozan should have been an all-star over Mike Conley, but props to Mike Conley for getting his first all-star selection in his career. But because of their team success, I'm ranking this duo as a B team. But as a duo, they're not as well. But team success, yes, B team. Phoenix Suns, we have Devin Booker and Chris Paul. Chris Paul is another MVP candidate, like I said, for Jimmy Butler. Like, you can tell the difference the Suns have before Chris Paul came to their team and after during this season. The Suns are the second best team in the Western Conference, above the Lakers, above the Clippers, above the Blazers, above every team. And we did not expect this. But who is this because? Chris Paul. He's averaging 8.8 assists, 16 rebounds, 16 points, 4 rebounds. Imagine Chris Paul averaging 16 rebounds. That would have been the most in the NBA. It's just funny thinking about that. But yeah, this duo is great. The team is great, so I have them as an S tier. Yup. 37-year-old Chris Paul, S tier, with 27-year-old Devin Booker. Devin Booker's not 27, 25. Oklahoma City Thunder. Bad team. Shai Gilgeous is an upcoming superstar. Al Horford's probably going to retire after this year, so D. But Shai Gilgeous, keep an eye out for him. I'm telling you right now, he's going to be an all-star in the making. He is an all-star in the making. He can be an MVP if he goes on to a better team and he gets more supporting cast, but he's great. Now we have my favorite player, Stephen Curry, with Andrew Wiggins. Yeah, we were expecting like Kevin Durant, Klay Thompson, but all these people left or got injured, and hopefully Klay comes back soon. But because of Steph Curry's performing this season, he's averaging 30 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists per game. He's carrying the Warriors to the playoff seed right now. And Andrew Wiggins is performing well, but again, he's not performing like the star level that he was selected for, number 1 overall. But 18 points a game, 5 assists and 5 rebounds is pretty decent. He could have been an all-star, but again, who would he have replaced? Because there were so many deserving all-stars this season that didn't even make the all-star team. But this, due to this team's lack of success, and I hate to say this, but they're a B team. Even though Steph's my favorite player. Steph is just so fun to watch. Like, why can you hate on him? And yeah, I'm making another video on Steph, by the way. Be sure to get the notifications on for that. And moving on. Westbrook and Beale, they both missed time off the court due to COVID-19 protocols. And Westbrook's now back. He's almost averaging a triple-double. He is helping the Wizards win after their horrible start. Beale is the leading scorer in the NBA with 33 points a game this season. But the Wizards are bad, so due to their team's lack of success, like I've said many times, this duo overall is great, but if they had a better supporting cast, other than Davis Bertans, who's a great shooter, they would have been higher than C. Now we have the worst team in the NBA. Both of them have barely played this season due to injuries and COVID protocols. Overall, they're both great players, D'Angelo Russell and Karl Anthony Towns, but it's just tough seeing them above a D, man. Like, they can't even be a C team due to how bad they're playing. But Anthony Edwards today just dropped 42 points, so this guy's back after this bad start to the season. He's scoring efficiently. I'm talking about Anthony Edwards, by the way. He's scoring efficiently and well and scoring lots of points. So, yeah. That's it for today. This is my list. For the S tier, we have Philadelphia 76ers, Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons. We have Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell, King and tall guy with the beard. Then we have tall guy without the mustache. And then we have small guy with the beard and mustache. And then for the Phoenix Suns, we have bald guy and then white guy. And then for the A tier, we have 2 black to brown guys. And then we have a tall guy with last names I can't pronounce and Chris Middleton. Then we have 2 Jays. And then we have John Collin and Trae Young. And then we have 2 underrated players in Bam Adebayo and Jimmy Butler. And to top off tier A, we have Nikola Joker and Jamal underachieving Murray. For the B tier, we have Ja and Jaren. Then we have Julius Randle. Remember, he took the place of Mitchell Robinson and RJ. Then we have Luka and Unicorn. Then we have Domantas Sabonis and Malcolm Brogdon. And then we have L.A. Marcus Aldridge and DeMar DeRozan. And to top off tier B, we have Stephen Curry, who's my favorite player. And I just can't say it enough. and Andrew Wiggins. Then we have Levine of Zach, actually, and then Lowry Markkinen. Then we have LaMelo Ball, the son of Lonzo. Why do I keep saying the son of Lonzo? Oh, son of LeVar Ball. We have Jaren Fox and Buddy Hield, Nikola Vucevic, Evan Fournier, Zion and Brandon Ingram, Pascal Siakam, Kyle Lowry. Then to end it off, we have not John Wall, excuse me. We have Russell Westbrook. What are these? I don't even know. Okay. We have Russell Westbrook and Bradley Beal. And then for the last tier, the worst tier, the D tier, we have Andre Drummond and Kevin Love, D Rose and Blake Griffin, who are both not even on the team. John Wall and James Harden. And this is surprising because, why would John Wall and James Harden be here? Because their team is bad. And they're not even on the team, basically. So, for the Thunder, we have Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and, what's this guy's name? Al Horford, yeah. And to end off the video, we got D'Lo and Kat. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to like the video if you enjoyed and subscribe for more, because we make 3 to 4 videos a week. Peace out.